The ASCA National Model is a framework for comprehensive school counseling programs from the American School Counselor Association. Wake County Public Schools fully implements the national model in our counseling department. For more information on any part of the model discussed today, please visit the video tutorial section in the School Counseling Learning Central site. The ASCA National Model is more than a set of paperwork. The model was designed to guide school counselors' work so they are an integral part of students' daily educational environment. The fundamental question of the national model is, how are students different as a result of what school counselors do? The ASCA National Model is comprehensive, data-driven, and ensures equitable access to a rigorous education for all students. The school counseling program demonstrates leadership, advocacy, and collaboration in order to effect systemic change. These 4 themes are embedded in the national model and are part of the North Carolina Professional School Counselor Standards. The National Model Framework includes 4 major components: define, manage, deliver, and assess. The define component includes standards for student and professional practices. The curriculum for the school counseling program is delivered through the ASCA Mindsets and Behaviors K-12 College and Career Readiness Standards for every student, describing the knowledge, skills, and attitudes students need to achieve. The mindsets include 6 attitudes or beliefs that students have about themselves in relation to academic work and are exhibited in the behavior standards. The 29 behavior standards are commonly associated with being a successful student and can be identified in all 3 domains: social, emotional, career, and academic. Finally, ASCA has a set of professional competencies or skills that ensure school counselors are equipped to meet the rigorous demands of the profession. I have linked to the competencies in the resources section of the ASCA National Model tutorial page. In the second component of the National Model Framework, we have the manage component. School counselors manage delivering school counseling planned activities, strategies, and interventions, and addressing student developmental needs through the program focus and program planning. The school counseling team works together to identify the focus of their program. This begins by identifying personal beliefs that address how all students benefit from the program. Building on these beliefs, the counselors create a vision statement defining the future outcomes for their students. In addition, the school counselors create a mission statement aligned with their school's mission and develop annual program goals that focus the work of the department for the year. Program planning focuses on incorporating organizational tools that are concrete, clearly delineated, and reflective of the school's needs. Basically, this is how your program keeps track of the work of the school counselors and ensures that you achieve your program goals. ASCA has a variety of templates for you to use. The school data summary and annual student outcome goals define how the vision and mission are accomplished through direct service. Your student outcome goals are based on school data and focus attention on issues to close a gap in achievement, attendance, or discipline. Student outcome goals are written in alignment with your school improvement plan. The Classroom and Group Mindsets and Behaviors Action Plan provides an overview of the delivery of instruction in classroom and group settings. These lessons may be taught by the school counselor or be created in collaboration with the school counselor, but taught by a teacher or other staff member. The lesson plan template will help you to plan materials, content, and data collection for classroom and group instruction. The Closing the Gap Action Plan and Results Report is goal-driven and includes documentation of a variety of activities and services used to close academic, attendance, or discipline discrepancies. In the annual calendar, the counseling team outlines the program events and activities to share with stakeholders. Calendars provide structure to the total program and ensures it is comprehensive, feasible, and timely. Weekly calendars require some flexibility to allow for crisis and immediate student needs. It is important to plan and schedule activities. The annual administrative conference is a tool to be used in your initial discussion with your administrator. Typically, we recommend that you include this information in your PDP meeting at the beginning of the year. You can discuss your annual student outcome goals, use of time, and the responsibilities that are assigned to each counselor. The conversation is a great time to advocate for the work that you do and to make sure that you and your administrator are on the same page about the focus of the school counseling program. Finally, the Advisory Council is a group of stakeholders who give feedback and support to the school counseling program. The Advisory Council meets 2 times per year and discusses program goals, programming, and the needs of the school. The school counselors take the feedback of the Advisory Council to guide their work. In our third component of the ASCA National Model framework, we have Deliver. The school counselor's time can be divided into 3 categories: direct services, indirect services, and system support. In North Carolina, law states that school counselors shall spend at least 80% of their time in direct and indirect services to students and may not be assigned as testing coordinators. The counseling department, or counselor if solo, uses the ASCA National Model framework to ensure that their time is spent most effectively to ensure that the needs of their students are met. Deliver focuses on the services provided to students, parents, school staff, and community. In direct services, counselors work with students directly through instruction, appraisal, and advisement, and in counseling. Instruction includes teaching students through the lens of ASCA mindsets and behavior standards and can occur in classrooms, small group, or individual settings. Appraisal is the process where school counselors work with students to analyze and assess their abilities, interests, skills, and achievement. Advisement happens when school counselors make recommendations based on appraisal of tests, inventories, and other data to help students make decisions about their future. In counseling, counselors work with students to meet their immediate needs and concerns in individual or small group settings. Indirect services are provided on behalf of a student and include consultation and collaboration with teachers and/or parents, referral to outside agencies, and work with community organizations. Both direct and indirect services are a part of the 80% of time spent with students or working for students. Assess is the last component of the ASCA National Model framework and focuses on determining the effectiveness of the school counseling program in measurable terms. School counselors analyze school and program data to determine how students are different as a result of the school counseling program. All accountability measures are founded on the core components of student achievement, attendance, and discipline. Counselors are encouraged to share their accountability measures with all stakeholders. Remember that accountability is not an assessment of job performance, but of the strategies and tools used by the program to impact students. So why the national model? Many counselors ask why they should spend time working on paperwork when they could be working with students. Let's start with the why first. The national model helps you to work smarter for better results. By using data, you ensure that your work is going toward the right place. If you've ever felt like a hamster in a wheel making a lot of effort but not really going anywhere, the national model can help. Once you begin to use the national model as a framework to organize your program, you won't go back. Let's talk about the paperwork. The ASCA National Model has a variety of templates and plans to help you organize your program. In our district, we ask that school counselors turn in these plans annually for feedback. Sometimes the paperwork can get in the way of the real work when you treat it as a separate task. In reality, the templates and plans really are tools that can be used in your natural workflow. Plan your scope and sequence of curriculum by using the Classroom and Group Mindsets and Behaviors Action Plan. Plan your implementation and data collection for lessons using the lesson template. Think ahead of time about what type of data you want to collect so that you don't waste time collecting so much data that you don't have time to use it meaningfully. Start small. Don't expect to fully implement the national model the first year. Think about the area that you would most like to improve, for instance, groups or class lessons, and focus your efforts there to really implement the national model framework in that one area. As you move forward, you can add more. Finally, if you work on a team of counselors, remember that it is a group effort. If you work solo, find other support within your building or within the district. With planning, effort, and patience, you can implement or expand the national model in your school counseling program, and your students will be the better for it.